Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Here I have over 100 old drawings and today I'm going to be showing you some of them. Okay, so since I literally have hundreds of drawings, I've decided to narrow it down to just some portraits that I've done. Now, I don't have the exact dates of these drawings, but I know that a lot of them were from 8th or 9th grade. Alright, so we're going to start off with some Taylor Swift. So, yeah, I don't even know, I'm not even gonna know what to say about half of these because they're just literally so bad. This one is when I first started out with colored pencil, and as you can see, I did not know how to add value to things. It's just garbage, terrible. Here's some more Taylor Swift. This one isn't finished, but I started to add some more shadows to this, so I started to get a little bit better, I guess. Oh, look, more Taylor Swift. This is probably the best drawing of Taylor Swift I have ever done, ever, even to this day. I remember being super proud of this one. And this is where it gets really interesting. Here we have Ellen. And I swear Ellen is the hardest person on the planet to draw ever. Yeah, you'll see why. So I'm just gonna go ahead through these real quick and just let you guys look at them. So I think this is one of the best drawings of Ellen I've done ever. And then I just kind of gave up because, you know, I was tired of drawing her. But now, I'm pretty sure this is Justin Bieber. Yeah, I don't think this was from 8th grade. I think this was actually before 8th grade just because of how bad it is. But as you can see, yeah, there's a huge difference between this one and this one, so I did start to kind of improve. But I drew Justin Bieber kind of a lot. This one I think was for one of my friends at the time. Now, some of you guys might not know who this is, but yeah, it says, you know, it's Dexter. And this was supposed to be a drawing for my grandparents because they were obsessed with the show. And I was like, ooh, I would love to do a drawing for them and just surprise them with it. But yeah, that never happened because I never was satisfied with the way that it turned out. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you guys who this person is. I want you guys to guess in the comments below. And let me know who you think this is. I've only drawn this person twice because I was never really a huge fan. It was going to be for one of my friends. And yeah, I didn't really know how to work colored pencil. So yeah, that's that. Okay, now I'm sure only a small percentage of people actually are going to know who this is. This was supposed to be Tara Strong, and if you don't know who she is, she's famously known for doing the voice of Timmy Turner from The Fairly Odd Parents. She's a pretty well-known voice actor, in my opinion, so. And at the time I was obsessed with animation and voice acting, and I just was like obsessed. So I decided to draw her, and yikes. So this is Dan Howell. He's a YouTuber. He's been on YouTube for many years now, and I used to have the biggest crush on him. And so I've drawn him twice. The first one wasn't finished, but there's this one. And my friend at the time was also obsessed with him, so I would always draw him for her. Alright, I hope you guys like Ed Sheeran because like the next 20 drawings are all of Ed Sheeran. So this one's not finished, but I started to draw him with a colored pencil and then I quit because I didn't like it. Here I kind of finished the face, but it's really fat and doesn't look anything like him. Here's probably, I think, my first finished drawing of Ed Sheeran. Now, the reason I drawn him so many times was because one of my good friends at the time was in love with Ed Sheeran, and she wanted me to draw him, and I remember I did a drawing, and she was just kind of like, why does he look like that? Like, it looks terrible, and it kind of like hurt my feelings, but it also inspired me to really like perfect Ed Sheeran. So these slowly start to improve, but as you can still see, none of them look like Ed Sheeran. Like, what is this? What even is this? And this one's one of my favorite ones. Like, it's so bad. The colors are just way too saturated for his skin. Like, nothing makes sense about this. Here's one that I did just in a notebook and ripped it out. That's very professional. And here's one where I tried to do his tattoos because I thought his tattoos were really cool. But unfortunately, his face looks nothing like him, and his hair is literally orange. So I remember doing this one, and this one was one of my favorite ones, and I was so proud of it. And then the more I looked at it, the more I hated it. So I continued, and I went on and tried different pictures of him. And as time went on, I really started to learn how to use colored pencils more, but I always ended up just going back to graphite. Here's one of Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift. And I don't know, for some reason I loved both of them and I was obsessed with them, so I drew them all the time. Okay, so this is the drawing that I was the most proud of. I remember posting it everywhere. I posted it on all my social media and I showed all my friends because I was so happy that I finally drew Ed Sheeran the way that I wanted to draw him. But I think 2 years ago I decided to redo this drawing because why not? So this is the second one that I did like 2 years ago. So I was like 19 when I did this one. And I think it's a lot better. I really had a better understanding with colored pencils. And yeah, it's not as contrasty as this one. Whereas it's literally like black up against his skin. Like all this here is just pure black. Whereas here, it kind of starts to fade more like into like a skin tone. So yeah. Okay, so this one here was for a art project. We had to take an image of something, cut it in half, and then draw the other side of it. And this, I was in 9th grade when I did this because I remember doing it. And I remember being so proud of it. I was just showing it off to everybody. And yeah, it's not the greatest, but I guess it was okay for being in 9th grade. Okay, so here I have Harry Potter. I remember drawing Harry Potter a couple times, but this is the only one that I could actually find. I took this into my 9th grade art teacher, and she was just so amazed by it. And, you know, I was really happy because this was my favorite colored pencil drawing at the time, because I didn't actually start using colored pencils until 9th grade. I think it was 9th grade. Well, 9th grade is when I actually got Prismacolors. I invested in them and I bought them for myself. And I was just super excited to learn with them, and this was my favorite colored pencil drawing. But I drew Harry Potter, I think this was done like 2 years ago, and as you can see, there's a huge difference between the two, and I am super proud of this one. That's why it is framed, and I'm sure I'll redo him again sometime in the future. Okay, now I'm sure you can recognize who this is. For those of you who don't know, it's supposed to be Eminem. I was like super obsessed with Eminem, so I was always kind of drawing him. And this is actually another old one that I did of him where it's actually a little bit better. And I remember this was hanging up at my grandparents' house for so many years, and I finally just took it home this year. And this is actually the latest one that I did of Eminem, and this was probably like 3 or 4 years ago, I think. And it's not the greatest, but this is the last time I drew Eminem, and I would really like to redo him, so I might do that at some point. Okay, so moving on, I have no idea who this is supposed to be. I think it was done out of a how to draw book or something. Her eyes are terrifying, and her hair, everything, it's just, you know, it's not the worst, but could definitely be a lot better. And again, here's some kid. I don't know who this kid is, but yeah, I didn't really know how to shade and like add value and stuff to the face. And oh boy, I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be Mila Kunis, because I think I drew this around the time that Ted came out, and I remember I wasn't really allowed to watch the movie, so I found it online and watched it anyway, and I loved it so much. And Mila Kunis, like, I just like fell in love with her, and I wanted to draw her, and yeah, this is how it turned out. Okay. So this is Zayn from One Direction, and I wanted to use pastels because for some reason I thought that it would make a drawing look more realistic. And no, not at all. He looks absolutely terrifying. His face is just like a blob, and ugh. Okay, so here's another drawing that I did with colored pencils, and they weren't Prismacolor. Well, they were a Prismacolor brand. They were like the erasable pencils, and I remember really thinking that this one was pretty good, but yeah. So I have no idea who this is, but the face is like super scratchy. There's no texture to this whatsoever. The hair is literally just a bunch of lines. Oh, it's so bad. So this is one of my friends, and those eyes. What even are those eyes? They're so demonic. It's like what even happened here? And yeah, the skin tone is so inaccurate. The hair, everything is wrong with this. Okay, this was James Franco. I was like super in love with James Franco, so I decided to draw him, and I accidentally gave him a lazy eye, I think. I don't know, I mean, it's better than some of my drawings, I think. I don't know. Okay, this was Jaden Smith. I had a huge crush on Jaden Smith, especially when the Karate Kid came out with him in it. And I remember being like super proud of this. I loved it so much. But I started to kind of get like some shadows and some values and stuff in the face with this drawing, so oh my goodness. I think this was Miley Cyrus. I'm not too sure, but I want to say Miley Cyrus. And I think this was around the time that Wrecking Ball came out. I'm not too sure, but that's my guess. Okay, again with these terrible pastels that I had. So this is, I think it was Scotty McCreery. He was on American Idol and he won one year. And like, I loved him and I loved his voice and I thought he was like super cute. So I wanted to draw him, and pastels were just not my thing, and they were never going to be. Okay, this one was actually like really cute. I don't know what year this was, but it's a drawing I made of two kids, and it says racism should be a crime, because like I was so against racism, still am, and I wanted to make this cute little drawing just to post it on like social media and stuff like that. And I mean, like, it's really not like the greatest drawing, but it has a really cute message, so I think it's adorable. Okay, so this is Dan from Bastille, and I'm pretty sure I was in 10th grade when I did this one. I think I was in 10th grade, and I was like super happy. I was always drawing him. I loved Bastille. It was one of my favorite bands at the time. And so then there's this, and I don't know for sure who this is. I think it was supposed to be Macklemore, but I could be wrong. I literally have no idea. It's really an old drawing. Okay, so this was supposed to be, I think, Ariana Grande, and I think I used charcoal a little bit, charcoal with graphite. It looks like charcoal up in here. It's not finished. I don't know why I never finished it, but yeah. Okay, everybody should be able to tell who this is. I remember being so proud of this. This one is Harry Styles, and of course it's in graphite and not colored pencil because I was terrible with colored pencil. But I remember really liking how this one turned out. And then last but not least, this was supposed to be Blake Shelton, and I never finished it. This was going to be for my friend, and I don't think I ever did one for her, but I don't know. I totally forget. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to my channel for more videos, and leave a like, and comment down below if you think I should make a part 3.